Sure thing, I finished the puzzle in 4 days. 1,000 pieces, actually. Here you have it. This little big thingy, which ended up into this little big thingy, which is actually huge and humongous. But thankfully, to the hands of this magical woman, which I will now close up on the face. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks to her, we finally finished the sky, which was madness. It took me, my dad, and her to finish it. But the rest was made by me, so yeah, you know. This was my challenge. How did you do?
Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to your daily dose of Sophiness with your fan favorite weekday virals.
Run, boy, run.
Today we shall hover over games and books and cinema and land on a British airplane? Well, yes, with cabin pressure
By John Finnemore, starring Stephanie Cole as Carolyn, Roger Allam as Douglas, Benedict Cumberbatch as Martin, and John Finnemore as Arthur.
which is by all means British comedy at its best. This show grew from the mind of the genius that is John Finnemore in order to become one of the most anticipated comedy plays on BBC Radio 4 and 4 Extra. Of course, you know, Benedict Cumberbatch's growing fan base had a lot of say into that. At the end of the day, it was all about the wit of the Britishness and the quick and clever minds of not so Sherlockian counterparts, especially on Ben's side. Martin is by far the most distant character from Sherlock that I have ever seen, heard Benedict play. However, they did slip in a quick nod to Ben's Sherlock through one of the best respelling of the most known phrase in Conan Doyle's book. The original, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Cabin pressure, the thing is, we've taken away all the things that can possibly have happened, so I suppose the only thing that's left, even though it seems really weird, it must be the thing that actually did happen. Books. Terapie de Basm. Yep, that is in Romanian and it means fairy tale therapy. Terapie de Basm is a Romanian comic. That was a genuinely lovely surprise Comic-Con had to give. Not only did I discover that comics are still made on my beloved Romanian soil, but they are actually really good. They are spectacularly good. While fairy tale therapy, which Google must have translated by now, takes a bit of time to actually find its voice and to understand what it intends to do, but by the time the third issue comes out, you are involved flesh and blood into this heart-wrenching retelling of some of Romania's best stories. It is not only beautifully illustrated and made and edited and written, așa că puneți mâna să o cumpărați. E genial. Also, thank you for the autographs. You are awesome. We met at Comic-Con. Sophie says hi. TV shows. This week we're doing The Escape Artist. 2 words. David Tennant. Imagine a human Sherlock that turns to law. Real law, I mean like in Scotland Yard law. Gets married, has a kid, never loses a case, forgets to shake hands with a criminal, and then everything goes kaboom! David is stupendous in this tale of love and loss and redemption and vengeance mainly. The miniseries is wonderfully filmed with some important landmarks in any aspiring lawyer's book. It was very well written and overall spine-breaking in the amount of tension it builds. Really, really creepy at times. Movies. Let me tell you how this works. This week we're watching Little Favour, Ben's debut as a producer, and this short film that took iTunes by surprise. It's a story about death, it's a story of survival and pretty much general awesomeness, which truly deserves all the buzz it created. If you only judge it by the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, it is really a good, smartly written, smartly acted, brilliantly acted actually, but you know. I mean, I'm really trying not to be subjective here. The lighting is very interesting, the story is very interesting, the fighting is awesome, and it's basically awesomeness and awesome-tacular, and yes, that is Jeremy, so go and have a watch at it because it is beautiful. Music. With an ending as spectacularly sad as the one that The Last of Us gave us, what really brought the story full circle was the soft rhythm of American guitars through the music composed by Gustavo Santaolalla, which is a South American composer, winner of 2 Oscars for Brokeback Mountain and Babel. I don't know what it is with Spanish folk and guitars, or South American and guitars, but there is something in their blood, in their way of being and thinking that just connects with it. This is guitar in its purest forms. I mean, honestly, it's a purity and a beauty in it, but it's a very subtle one, it's a very different one, and it's so sweet and so gorgeously written. If his performance of Goodnight at the E3 does not bring a teary-eyed smile to your face, then I'm absolutely sure I don't know what can. Then we go to the fun stuff, games, and here we are with the game I've been waiting for since Dan Bull started to write a rap on it. DDoSing, tossing them in the sea, cause I'm an MC constantly watching and seeking, so watch what you're speaking. It's Watch Dogs. How can you not love a game from Ubisoft, which is basically Assassin's Creed in modern times, with a hacker as main character and hacking as your main weapon? Call me an anarchist with these calls, but that is amazing! Imagine what an open world allows you to do! I mean, forget about GTA 5, this is the real deal! Only more awesome because it has hacking. The content creator of this week is RadoJavor. Please explain how I'm supposed to spell this. A divine art artist. This dude is badass poured into digital art. Simple as that. From the scene of the crucifixion with a painful twist, no pun intended, to ice caves that would make George R.R. Martin freeze, he is definitely a surprising artist with a lot to offer. Go ahead and hire him for your next The Last of Us game, which I hope will be as brilliant as the brilliancy game that we already have. Brilliant Naughty Dog. I am watching you. Watch Dogs watching the Watchers. I've got to log off. The challenge of the week is for you to ask random strangers what is the meaning of life. And hopefully you will not get cursed very often. The event of this week is TIFF, which is not the Toronto Film Festival. The Transylvania International Film Festival is the greatest cinematic event that Romania has to offer for the world. This film festival is surprising from the word go because 1, it is a Romanian event, and 2, it has a humongous popularity among moviegoers. We haven't had so much popularity since Dracula. And Dracula is an invented story because some people were too stupid and wanted to take revenge on poor Vlad the Impaler. Poor guy. Last year the film festival distributed a limited edition Stanley Kubrick book, I'm the King of the World! This is the book. This year Philomena will be playing in the opening, some people are getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, and overall it will be an extremely successful film festival with over 50 screenings and important awards, and most likely at least a couple of important directors from around the world trying to promote their movies, so it is definitely the quicker alternative to Sundance. 30th of May to 8th of June, clean up your schedules and go ahead and buy your tickets because these are 10 days of cinematic perfection and storytelling that you must not miss. That's it for this week, my awesome darlings. If you want to see something become viral next week, comment below and let me know and I'll make sure to make it so. Have a spectacular week. Subscribe to enjoy even more awesomeness every week and day or whenever I actually have stuff to show you. So,
I'm ready, I'm going
see you next time. Laters.
Nah, I'm skiving, I am wickeder than to get in the hiding. Quicker than the whipping, in West Riding. Whip another whip, it's hide and seek. Quick, let's whip inside and see if I can divine a unique design and thought silently peek behind every blind so I can provide any enemy with a violent surprise. Survey the scene, it's Aiden Pierce, don't care who your agency